Tyler Road, virtual threat, keystroke kill, identity hidden, I fulfill. Cyber assassin, that's my prowl. Codes in hand, you'll fall. Hack and strike, chaos I make. Cyber realm, my domain to take.
Camera, little bud. So again, the whiptail. These guys are one of the funniest lizards in the desert because they're show-offs. When most everything else runs from you, this guy, as long as you're cool, he's cool. And he's a show-off. So he wants to be seen. So I'm gonna get down, get close, so you can get a real good look at the whiptail. How you doing, little brother? You see what he does with his tail? That's why they call him a whiptail, because he thinks he's got a scorpion's tail. When he moves, or just before he moves, he whips his tail around. And he runs around like, with it up, like a scorpion. Pretty colorful for a lizard. He's got yellow and blue and some other colors going on in him. They're one of my favorite lizards because they are so, look at me, you know. Posture's up sort of like a dog too. I don't see lizards as all the same. Obviously, they're all have different characteristics, but this guy is special to me in the lizard world in that they're so showy and kind of regal. You know, they like to posture up and they like to be seen. I mean, no lizard will let you get this close comfortably, but these guys are hams. I don't know what it is with them, but they are hams. Hello, little brother. What's up, little whiptail? Whiptail. How close do you let me get? That's about close enough, he says. All right, Blue. Pretty neat little creature. I think I've found a new favorite hill. This is the mountain I've been trying to get to all this time. That is the peak that I was on last time that I went on. So these are the hills that I've been climbing in, trying to hike all the way to this mountain. But like I said, it was considerably further than I realized every time. But I went to that hill last time, found the parking lot. Well, I found how to get there today. I went there, hiked up, and wow, this hill has everything. When I say everything, I mean it has copper, iron, silver, gold, rare earth minerals. It has all the indicators, you know, of all the special minerals. So this is quite a special hill, okay? And I'm super glad that I finally got to it. And I see now that, yeah, climbing all the way up to the top isn't the point, because pretty much all the good stuff is on the side of the hill. So this is the kind of stuff that is the mineral laden, you know, it's got everything. It's all there. So super excited to finally get here and hike it, right? So I got to say that this morning I woke up, this is like a week and a half in of, you know, full sobriety, no weed. That's what that means. I've been sober of everything else for quite some time, but I finally quit smoking weed, and being free of weed now, today's the first day I woke up and felt good. I didn't feel sluggish or, depressed or any of the low-level emotions trying to take charge of the day. I got up and felt full of life, fully inspired, ready to go. Let's do something. And this is what I ended up doing, was coming out to this hill and finding exactly what I've been looking for. I can actually find legitimate minerals, and I've got stuff just to carve too. That's pretty neat too, to just be able to carve some of this ore that has not only the copper and chrysocolla and silver and gold in it. It has all the minerals, but it also has a beautiful luster when you carve it. So this is the kind of stuff you're looking for when you're looking for gold. Evidently, this is a heavy indicator, and seeing this, well, we know that that's a mineral vein. So somebody's been in here and has taken out a considerable amount of this vein here. So I'm gonna just get into it a little bit. See what we've got. And they probably just got in and chipped away at it and said, not worth it, no gold. Which, it is out here. It's not likely to have a lot of gold. There's a higher content of silver for sure, which is still valuable. The value of silver is on the rise. But I'll take a chunk of it. I'd like to check it out for myself. But like I'm saying, day one of feeling good about not smoking weed, which is very cool. And I just felt like today was different because I also had a little revelation last night about wholeness, completeness, having that sense of just being 100%, you know what I mean? Like self-sufficient and happy and completeness, right? And that's really coming from the shadow work. Again, when I say the shadow work, I mean getting into the whole, the point of the shadow work, right? And I want to say the real point of the shadow work is to get to a place where you are not considering the past nor the future, that you're actually just cozy and comfortable in the moment. And finding that comfort in the moment is where you can really be free, right? You can really feel that sense of everything's okay and just enjoy it because, you've got the past and the present. The present is the gift of the in-between. The present is where your fruits, the whole point of life is in the present, right? And outside of the present, outside of that comfort zone of the moment, that's where all the angst lives. That's where the confusion lives. That's where uncertainty lies. Is outside of the present moment and the comfort, and being able to just be in the moment is where you can actually find happiness and let go of all the other things that have troubled you, because they truly are in the mind. They live in the mind, and the mind reflects everything in the past and the future. It's your worries, it's your considerations of all the things that don't really matter. Those are the things that need to be let go so that the present can prevail. And I found it this morning. I swear, I just woke up with a smile and an ease, a comfort level that I haven't felt in a long time. And in that comfort level, I said, okay, you know what? Today's the first day of feeling okay, of feeling like truly everything's all right. I don't need to find a partner or have the ultimate answer of what I'm going to do and where I'm going to go and how things are going to be and, figuring out plans and sorting out why this and how that. And I really hit a point where I'm just like, I am really okay right now. I'm really comfortable right now. I'm happy. I'm comfortable. I'm cozy. I mean, I've had everything I need for quite some time. Everything I need to live my life comfortably and happily, I have had for quite some time. But I still wasn't happy and comfortable because I'm still dwelling on, the shitty things in the past and the hopes and dreams of the future and, how am I going to obtain them and what do I need to do and am I hitting the mark today and should I be doing this and should I have done that? And I just none of it mattered this morning. I felt really okay with just right now. No worries. No worry. What the fuck are you going to worry about? And what is it going to help? What is it going to help to worry? So as soon as I had that moment of, yes, I just feel good. My mom called. Well, she texted. And she texted me a photo of a vinegaroon, which looks like a scorpion. It's a whiptail scorpion, right? And it shoots out an acidic vinegar. At any rate, she sends me a photo of a vinegaroon eating a toad. And I'm like, wow, I didn't know a vinegaroon would eat a toad, for one. And for two, what does it mean? And what it really was going into was it's huge transformative energy. It's the end of a cycle, which we are at the new beginning stage of the new moon cycle and eclipse cycle. And, we're in this place in the world and the time in the world where there is a change, a paradigm change in the wind. Big change is afoot, not just in people, but in society. And that's the big thing. That's the big lesson right now, is people need to understand that this big paradigm change is an internal change. It is the psyche of people. It is the understandings of how connected we are to each other and how reality is connected to us, how our beliefs and our expectations shape the reality we live in, how we inside of ourselves are creating the world we live in, not just figuratively, but physically. How what we think of, dwell on, and put our energy into is creating the reality in the external. And that internal focus, an internal desire to create certain realities is what drives the reality that is. And this is why it's so important right now to disavow the narrative of hate and confusion and disillusionment between each other, in each other. This is something that will divide us and perpetuate a non-homogeneous reality. A reality where things don't go our way because we're not in control. We're not controlling, we're not being stewards of our own path, our own direction. And that is very important. To steward your own direction is not just a capability, it's a responsibility. I mean, we're given that capability, whether we believe it or not, accept it or not, want it or not, it's ours. And not dealing with it properly, not caring about each other, not seeing that what we do not like and what we see and perceive as issues is truly an inner aspect of ourselves that we are denying. You know, I used to have a lot of hatred and anger that I put outwards towards others. And I have been in a state of silence, a state of not doing, not reacting, because I've realized quite some time ago there was something amiss. There was a misfire and something that I was doing in my existence. And I knew that not doing was my best option until I figured it out. And I did. I just stopped doing. I stopped reacting. I stopped allowing other people to direct my feelings and my actions due to their actions. I just stopped. And I would react appropriately, what I felt was appropriate, without emotion. And I've been doing that for a good while. And I've come to a point that I feel I get it now. I get it. And coming from the space of my true emotion, whether it be harsh, accepting, whatever it is, as long as I put my truth in it and keep in the value of love, then I know that I'm going to react properly and say the right thing to people that I won't regret later, that I will understand as my true belief, my true intention, my true will, which, as long as I'm in the heart space, is aligned with good, is aligned with spirit. Spirit doesn't want ill. Spirit wants the best for us all. Spirit wants us to achieve, but the funny thing is,
so I wanted to read what the vinegar rune eating the toad was about. A metaphysical representation of a vinegar rune eating a toad can symbolize the transformative and often brutal process of profound spiritual cleansing and the purging of emotional toxicity. The dynamic interplay between the vinegar rune and the powerful and acidic predator and the toad, a symbol of transformation and emotionality, offer a rich taboo for interpretation. The symbolic elements of the vinegar rune: acidity and purification. The vinegar rune's primary defense is spraying a pungent acidic acid. Metaphysically, this represents a corrosive yet ultimately purifying force. It's an aggressive, painful process that strips away pretense and corruption. Nocturnal and subterranean. These arachnids, I didn't know it was an arachnid, okay. These arachnids are nocturnal and live in burrows. This connects them to the subconscious mind, shadow work, and the unseen forces that operate beneath the surface of our awareness. The inscrutable defense. Unlike a scorpion's quick sting, the vinegar rune's attack is slow, stinging assault. This can represent a prolonged and unavoidable reckoning with one's buried issues rather than a sudden event. The toad. Transformation and cleansing. Toads and frogs are potent symbols of transformation, rebirth, and cyclical nature of life. They are creatures of both land and water, representing the transition between the conscious and unconscious worlds, emotional baggage and stagnation. Wow. The toad's connection to water and its ability to absorb the environment. So, I really was having a very clarifying moment when my mom texted me, right? I was getting into how much better I felt today than I have in a long time. Not just from being clear-headed and free of, the smoke, but having a moment of clarity that showed me that the now, the present, is the gift. And it's okay to be in this moment and not worry about then and when, the past and the future. To just be here and now, to be comfortable in the moment and accept the moment and be loving in the moment. And then also the aspects of, a lot of the discomfort, dis-ease, upset is a outward reflection from what's inside. It's as if we've banked or been banking a lot of anger and hate from basically aspects of what's going on in the world, not just the political world and the TV world and the news and all the stuff that's going on, is a symptom of the inner, okay? It is from the inside out. These things start from within us, and they are empowered to be manifested outside. The more we intake it, the more we see it, the more we focus on it, the bigger it grows. So, the thing that I want to impart about this realization is that, where energy goes is where things start to grow. And our focus needs to be tended intentionally more towards what we are in the moment doing. Because as divisive and emotional and moving as all the things that are going on in the world are, right here, right now, none of those are happening. None of them. I go out to the mountains and hike, like I said, with hundreds, with the new places, also finding new things within myself, new ideas, new thoughts, new ways of seeing and being are coming up because doing the work on the inside starts to reflect on the outside. It starts to show in the world. It becomes the outside world. The more you just are, the more you start to affect the outside world. The less you're focused on the outside world, the less it affects you. It is a powerful thing being a human. Just being is very powerful. It's very important that we understand how powerful we are in our manifestation capabilities. A lot of people, I think, started watching what I have to say because of my keys that I'm putting out there. The bending of reality, the perception that seems to be projected on us that we're dealing with, like things are just happening, but it's not. That's the trick. The trick is none of it is actually happening to you. It is all happening because of you, because of your focus, because of your inner conversation, because of your focus on future or past dwelling. You know, when I have conversations with people, I try to have theoretical conversations with people. I love speaking in theory and talking about the things that aren't physical, okay? The things that you can't touch, the things you can't feel, the abstract part of being, and then how they intersect with the real world in real time. That's my true interest. And I find over and over again, people can only maintain that typically for a very short amount of time before they revert back into, did you hear about so-and-so? Did you hear about this happening? Oh, did you watch this show? Or you remember this thing that happened in the past? You remember that person from back then? It's always a focus on what we're going to do, or what we have done, or what had happened, or what's going to happen. Staying in the here and now, though, seems to be a lack of priority, right? Because people don't see the now as somewhere where things happen. But it's all we really have. That's the funny thing. You don't have the future and you don't have the past. You don't. They're theoretical. They have nothing to do with right now, right here. It's all you have. This moment is all you have. You don't really have anything else, and it can be taken at any moment. So just live it. Love it. Because the past you don't have. The future is never sure. And right now, that's the gift that they call the present. It is the only thing that is real. It's all that really matters. And the more you're able to just stay in the here and now and focus in it and enjoy it and be physical in it and do things, you know, and to keep your thoughts and things pure and accept what comes. See it as what it is, not what you see it as relation to your past and your future. Because that's the huge issue. We take things as they come, as they relate to our past and our future. We don't allow it to be what it is. It is the main progenitor of hate, anger, racism, all that stuff is being stuck in the past or being stuck in trying to bend the future to your will. It's all very selfish. But when you let go of that selfishness, that self-value, and just be, it is freeing. It allows you to not judge, not expect, not intend, not want. You just are. And that's perfect. That's comfort level. That's where things should be. That's where happiness lives. That's where peace can be found. And it's luckily what I've found recently. And I'm so happy for it.